To love life, you need to understand the process of life has reproduction.
Wait a minute, I need to re-listen to that one. All right, so basically I got this tip from a friend about this video regarding a man that let's just say that he has some opinions about the most important red flags in women. And one of, well, let's just watch this video and go from there, shall we?
All the red flags that you gotta watch out for in a woman. She doesn't want children.
First of all, how can this possibly like be the main red flag in women that they don't want children? I can't really fathom that. Because honestly, I can figure out a lot of different red flags that are worse than not wanting to have kids. First of all, it's not a red flag just in general, just for that information, because it's just a difference in values. What people might just want different things, right? A red flag for me is something that is a flaw in the character. For example, lack of empathy, which he obviously. So a lack of empathy, trying to put other people down, try to be negative, try to like control other people, narcissistic behaviors, etc. That's red flags, aren't they? Hello, doggy. Because for me, this is just not a red flag. Come, come, yeah, hop up. Nej, skit it då. My dog just ditched me. Well, anyway, like, how can not wanting to have kids be a red flag for someone who also don't want to have kids? For example, this is he just generalizes everything. Like, he thinks everyone wants to have kids, and if they don't want kids, that's a red flag. And it's like, dude, come on. It's just stupid. Like, can't you figure something worse as a red flag than not wanting to have kids? Like, if you want to have kids, go and find someone who wants kids. Problem solved. If you don't want to have kids, go and find someone who doesn't want kids. Problem solved. It's not a red flag. It's just different ways of living your life. Oh my god. Okay, let's just continue.
She doesn't want to be married.
And she doesn't want to be married. That's the second red flag in a woman. Like, why exactly? Like, I want to be married, but I don't really see why it's a red flag if you would not want to be married. What I just can't see what's the issue here. So, what is his problem? To be honest.
She's on birth control.
And she's on birth control. That's also a red flag. Oh, because, oh my gosh, now all of a sudden men can't control women anymore. Like, seriously? Who is he? I mean, isn't it more responsible that a woman actually thinks it through before she just gets kids? I don't know. Like, is it. I'm in a lack of words, to be honest, because this is just ridiculous. Like, we live in 2024, it's almost 2025, and we have this young man. He's not married, he doesn't have kids, and he sits here with a lot of influence and tells people that the biggest red flags in women are that they don't want to have kids, they don't want to have marriage, and they are on birth control. Like, does he want to go back to like the Stone Age or something? All right, let's just continue.
She's on antidepressants, or she drinks and smokes. Now you're probably like, well, that's a lot of red flags. I'm gonna be really honest with you. If you want to fill out the hate section on the comments, go for it. Well, in order for somebody.
Oh yeah, and that's also interesting because when I looked through the comments, the majority are saying basically the same thing that I do. So yeah, there you have it. Like, of course, people are gonna be upset because this is.
To love life, you need to understand the process of life has reproduction.
Wait a minute, I need to re-listen to that one. Like, what?
Well, in order for somebody to love life, you need to understand the process of life has reproduction.
In what way? I truly love my life. I enjoy life. I don't need to have a kid to enjoy life. I don't need to be. I don't need to be a mother to understand life because I do know how reproduction works, right? I don't need to be a mother to understand what reproduction is. Like, oh my gosh.
If somebody is going to reject all of their femininity, well, then a part of that is child rearing and childbirthing.
What? Okay. Yes, I do. I truly do know that the feminine energy is about nurturing. I totally get it, and I agree to a certain degree. Yes, that's the feminine energy. Absolutely. But childbirthing, you don't need to have children to be feminine. You can have a pet, you can have your friends, you can have your nieces, you can have your like whatever nephews. I don't know. Just pick a choice. You can be nurturing by being a teacher, for example, working with kids. This is just ridiculous.
It's not an easy thing to do in life. It takes a lot of responsibility. So before you go ahead and call her a pretty princess, remember that you want to be with somebody that's not only fun, but you want to be with somebody who's responsible. And a person's relationship with themselves, wanting to have children, will tell you a lot about that kind of person.
What? So, okay, if I understand him correctly, if I don't want kids, I'm not responsible. And that tells a lot about me. That's basically what he's saying here, right? I am a responsible person. And I'm damn fun as well. Those two does not have to like exclude each other out. And you do not have to have kids to be a responsible person. Like, I'm responsible at my work. I do a damn good job at what I do. I'm responsible for my dog. I'm responsible for my friends. I'm responsible like for people having a good time around me. This is just bullshit, to be honest.
Now, the other thing, a person that's constantly going out, drinking and smoking, they're running from something, and you're telling me that you're not going to have to deal with it? I didn't say red flags means you need to run from them.
Well, you basically did, because you said that these were the top red flags. These are the biggest red flags. You basically said that you need to watch out for it.
It means that you need to address these problems and need to understand if they have a deeper relationship with their own actions, or perhaps maybe they're thoughtless. And if you like thoughtless girls, go for it, because that's the biggest red flag, somebody that doesn't think.
So, okay. So he actually states that my well thought out reason for not having kids, that's thoughtless. He means that I have not been thinking about this since I was like a teenager. He thinks this is just like, oh, I don't want kids, just out of the blue. Okay. This dude is the biggest red flag of them all. And if people like him, or well, if people think like this as well, then I'll happy be a red flag, to be honest, because that will just like remove yourself from my life, because I do not want to have anything to do with you. Why do they hate so much on this? I can't really figure this out, because I mean, I don't go and hate on people who want to have kids. I totally support it. One of my best friends, she's pregnant now. I'm truly genuinely happy for her, and I will help her out the best way I can. So why do they hate so much on us and our choices of not wanting to have kids? I just can't understand that. Like, do your thing, dude. Go and search for a woman who wants to have kids. Stop picking on people who don't want kids. Like, just live your life instead of commenting these shitty things. Like, this is a red flag. Everyone has the right to choose what they want, period. As long as you treat other people well, with respect, with empathy, with understanding and kindness, there's no red flag in not wanting to have kids or being married if you don't want to be married either. That's totally fine. His attitude towards women and their rights to their own body, that's a red flag, because that's not empathetic, that's not kindness, that's not understanding. Like, dude, those are worse red flags. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that we still have to struggle with this kind of shit. Come on, dude.